Hello friends. I expected that to work better. You can probably hear my brother playing guitar. I have done this challenge pretty much since I figured out that March is National Novel Reading Month. I'm gonna wait. I have returned. So, March is National Novel Reading Month. For the last 2 years, I have attempted to read 31 books, a book every day, in the month of March. I failed in March of 2021 because I wasn't allowing myself to read audiobooks, which was a mistake, because if you want to read 31 books in March, you kind of gotta let yourself do audiobooks. In 2022, which was last year, I did hit the 31 books goal. In fact, I think I may have surpassed it, and I allowed myself to read audiobooks. This year, it was not my quarter one goals. I was not planning to do this. My goal for this year for reading is only like 25 books on Goodreads because I was planning on focusing so heavily on the writing. But I'm excited. I'm determined. I have audiobooks. So we are doing this, and I'm going to vlog it for you guys. I returned the audiobook for Heartless. I have 5% left to read. Thursday I'm gonna finish this one. Then I'm going to read until 10 / until I fall asleep, Rebelling with a Bad Boy by Sarah. It is like 2:30, and book 1 is done. Yay! Alright, so book 2, it's finished, finally. This is a reread. I've reread this book so many times. 2 down, 29 to go. I don't remember what book is on the agenda for tomorrow. I should double check and try to read some more of that. Oh, I think it's The Hobbit, because I only have this much left, and I've been listening to it on audiobook. So, or like listening to it really fast on audiobook and following along in here. So I think The Hobbit is tomorrow. I'm too messy to be vlogging right now. Anyway, hello friends. Quick update. So I've been reading this book right here. This is due in 2 days. I've been reading it while I've worked out on the elliptical. So I just have my iPad and I will read it while I'm working out. And that's been great, but I've only read 20% and I really like this book. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in 2 days, but I do know that I do want to finish it eventually. It's still me. I really need to brush my hair. So, my internet isn't working, so I can't listen to any of my audiobooks or read any of my books on Libby. I can't even read books on my Kindle because I have nothing downloaded on my iPad that I want to read. So, I've looked through my list of books, and this is the next one to read that I don't have the audiobook for. This one doesn't have an audiobook, but this is my friend's book, Exile from Mars. This is the first book in the trilogy. I have the first 2 books. The third one is out. I need to get it. I will eventually, but anyway, I'm gonna start reading this. Hello friends. So this is a continuation of the reading vlog. I think I let you guys know that I was starting to read Exile from Mars. I don't think I'm going to finish this book as part of the reading challenge. I was actually getting through it pretty quickly, but I don't know if I can keep reading it. So so I'm gonna pause on these, and I might have to find a couple of other books. Not really find another other books. I have so many on Kindle. Once I finish reading through all of the books that I haven't finished that I actually own, I can go onto my Kindle and read other books. And also I want to buy more books from Half Price Books. But anyway, I'm doing another reread. This is The Villain Boyfriend. I've read this book before, but I think I read it on Kindle or on Libby, and now I actually have it. So, because I bought it at Half Price Books, I'm going to reread this because I'm working on the second draft of a book that is also a fake romance. So, research slash I really liked this book, so I'm going to fix up my bed, and there's literally a sandwich on my bed, and we are going to read this one. Okay, so it is snowing outside. It's snowing. I'm gonna try to get shots of that while I'm reading. I am gonna go fill up my water bottle, and then we are going to get to reading. Hopefully you guys got some snow, because I need to show you my reactions now. I love this book so much. I love this. I love this. It's the save the cat moment. She's gonna do the right thing. But it doesn't matter because he does the better thing. Swoon. You know. Oh, oops. It's so beautiful. It's such a perfect piece of work. I love it so much. This is a masterpiece. I can never compare. That was raw for me. Oh yeah, I remember that part. It's only the climax. The climax part of this. It looks so small. Wait, you still have school after prom? My life is a lie, and so is my book. I thought school was done after prom. Apparently not, though. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. apologies for the darkness. I have not stopped reading since I started, and I'm almost halfway through. Yeah, I love this book so much. This is a reread. I'm flying through this. This is gonna be book number 3 because I don't want to put it down. I am leaving for something, but you know what? I might just bring it and I will read it while I wait for the play to start. Book 3 is done. Yay! Good morning. I just woke up and, well, sort of, and Crave is ready to get picked up on audiobook, but the e-copy that I borrowed from Libby is due back in like 4 hours. Okay, so on my phone, potentially on a different audiobook or on a different library card, it is ready to get picked up. So I am going to listen to it while I read it on my iPad, and we'll see how fast I can read this thing, if I can read it in 4 hours or how far I can get through. I'm very excited. This is like a challenge. Book 4 is done. It was very strange because I was listening to it on audiobook and I finished the audiobook, but then there were 3 bonus chapters that were not in the audiobook. So I read those and it took a while. So I'm fairly certain that I read beyond the point that I was supposed to, and so it like returned, but I could still read it, and it was very strange. 4 books down. 27 to go. So I can't remember if I talked about this, but I started reading The Dark Intercept. I received an art copy of this from my library. So they had a whole thing for teens where you could pick out, like they got arcs sent to the library and you could pick out an arc and you could basically do whatever you wanted with it. Like you could read it and then review it and then give it back if you didn't like it, or you could keep it. I did not, I moved before I had a chance to give this back. So I still have it. I can't do anything with it because it's an arc. And I wrote in it a little bit as well because when I was a bit younger and more sensitive to bad language words, I used a black marker and crossed some of them out. Let's see. So, yeah, I started to read this book, and then I got to about page 50, and then I kind of skipped a whole chapter, and then I started reading some more, and it's just not as good as I would like it to be, and for this challenge, I do kind of need something to keep me reading, and I looked at some reviews, and it's not a very well hyped. It's, like, there's a reason nobody talks about this book. It mostly has, like, 3 stars, which I guess on Goodreads is, like, can be a good book, but it's not something that people really liked, and I kind of fall into that camp. So this is like my 3rd DNF of this challenge, but I'm gonna start this one instead. This is The Night and the Dove by Lori Wick. I did this thing on Instagram. It was a thing where you joined this thing and you gave your address, you sent your favorite book to a person, and then the chain would keep going, and then you would get some of people's favorite books. So this is the 4th book in a series. I don't know why the person gave me a 4th in a series. Hopefully it's like a standalone series, so I won't have to read the other books to get it, because I'm not going to. But I'm gonna try this. I'm scared for this one. I'm scared for both of the books that I got in this challenge, and yeah, because it's not really my normal, or I've read, but by the looks of this, I've read some books in this genre before, and they haven't been my favorite, so I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. But I'm gonna try that one. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself. I'm just gonna read to page 50 and then see if I want to keep going or not. Basically until chapter 8, because that's page 58, and it starts on page 7, so. I also have, I finished a book already today, so not super stressed about, you know, finishing another book right now. I definitely spoke too soon. I don't think I even read the back. This seems like it may be an arranged marriage trope, which is kind of one of my favorites, so I am now excited. Also, as of the prologue, which is the only thing that I've read so far, it doesn't look like I actually need to have read any other books in the series, which is good. I mean, this could come back to haunt me later, but I think it's okay. I listened to the audiobook on 3.5 speed and followed along in The Hobbit, and book 5 is now finished. Don't mind this bookmark. This is my brother's bookmark. My bookmark's over here. And yeah, book 5 is finished. Hello friends, so this is going to be the last clip of this vlog. I was going to do one whole long vlog for the entire month of reading, but that's going to be an extremely long video because this video is going to be really long if I don't just cut it up week by week. So we're going to cut it up week by week. This week, Wednesday through Sunday, I read Rebelling with a Bad Boy. I reread Heartless and The Fill-In Boyfriend. I read Crave and I reread The Hobbit. 3 of them were audiobooks. I forgot that I also wanted to mention that I DNF'd 4 books. 4 of them. And I'm not gonna be reading them again. So the 4 books that I DNF'd are The Night and the Dove. So this one I was excited for, or first I was scared. Then I was excited and then I was sad, because I'm not gonna finish that one. It's just, so the writing is very choppy. The scenes, the longest scene is like a page, maybe 2. It's not long enough to get into. And most of the scenes are like this long, which is nice for, you know, taking breaks for reading. I like having places to take breaks for reading, but it's really hard to get into. And there was something else. None of it was realistic. Like, I was like, this wouldn't happen, but this doesn't make any sense. The Dark Intercept, not very many people enjoyed that one, so I don't feel bad not finishing that one. I might try the author again, like a different book, but we'll see. And then my friend's books. I'm sorry, friend. And yeah, so 5 books read, 4 books DNF'd. That was crazy. This was a crazy week, y'all. I can't wait to see what the rest of the month. I can't wait to see what the rest of the month has in store. Yeah, so that is what I did for this challenge. I also went to the library this week and I got Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is a reread. And I got Shatter Me and the Serpent and the Dove, I believe is what it's called. Those are both very popular. I am finally getting into them. I'm very excited to be doing that for this challenge. There were a few other books. I wanted to get the second book in the Crave series, but it wasn't there. So I'm gonna have to put that on hold and possibly read it for this challenge, maybe read it later. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!